Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to add multiple tools and bases in RhinoRobot. This is Olivier for Kinematic. In this video I will show you how to simulate several toolpaths involving multiple tools and bases. We'll cover how to add multiple tools, bases and how to use them. Let's start with a basic project in which we already have set up a first tool and a work table. You can find a link to the tutorial on how to set up a tool in the upper right corner of this video. The scenario we are going to simulate is the following. We are going to have 4 work tables around the robot, and the robot will be able to perform a milling operation on each of those workspaces and export the program according to the corresponding referential. Then we will change the tool and mill again. First, let's use Rhino's polar array to set up the 3 other work tables geometries. Select the table and then in the console type array polar. The center of rotation will be the Rhino work 0 and 4 is the number of items. Then press Enter twice and it's done. Now let's set up the bases. In the standard toolbar, click the Set C-plane by 3 points icon and position your C-plane at the top bottom right corner of your first table. Then in the Name C-planes panel, right-click and save the current C-plane as RR base 1. Repeat the operation for the 4 tables, incrementing the base number. The base is the reference 0, with which your toolpath points coordinates will be calculated. By default, the RR base value is the Rhino work 0, but once you have selected a base, number 1 for example, it will get the value of the RR base 1 named C-plane. Let's say we have a cylinder and we want to mill its upper edge. We use the base to help us build the cylinder on the table. We extract the curve from the top face. And select it. RhinoRobot calculates the toolpath. We can now go to the Configuration tab and select Base 1. Then, in the Export tab, let us export a first program using our tool and Base 1. Let's switch back to the original C-plane. Let's use the polar array again to set up our cylinders and curves on all the tables. Now we select the curve on table 2. RhinoRobot generates the toolpath. but something is not right with the tool orientation. We have to change the Z offset value to -90, so that the tool adopts the appropriate orientation for base 2. For base 3, the Z offset should be 180 and 90 for base 4. We can now go to the Configuration tab and select base 2. Then in the Export tab, let us export a second program using our tool and base 2. Now we want to set up multiple tools. First, let's reset the robot's position, clicking the button in the Movements tab. Then let's select the tool we already have and explode it. Make a new block and name it RR Tool 1. It is now stored in the tool library. We also have to rename its TCP C-plane. In the Name C-planes panel, you double-click on the RR TCP line, and then right-click to save the current C-plane as RR TCP 1. Let's switch back to the original C-plane and go for a second tool. Paste another tool geometry. Make a block and name it RR Tool 2. We then position our second TCP C-plane and save it as RR TCP 2. Finally, in the Configuration tab, you can select the tool of your choosing. Let's go for the second tool, and let's save a third program involving base 1 and tool 2. Voila! Thank you very much for your attention. Don't hesitate to press the like button, ask questions or make observations in the comments below. See you soon for another video.